How you doing, Steve?
I couldn't be better.
Well, yeah, you could be better if your income doubled, for example, in this coming year as a small businessman. Wouldn't that make life better?
Wonderful, indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. So
well, then we're not
better.
gonna argue with that. Then, what business are you in? Since you are telling everybody that you are the author of the playbook for small businesses, I want to know how successful you are.
Well, this is a 30-year career that started back in the early 80s when I had a catering business. A couple of years sold that. Employment agency, food club, Sacramento real estate, and recently a car lot. The book's premise is based around the used car dealership.
They're not just any used car dealership.
Not just any
$5,000 car dealership.
That's correct.
Right?
Subprime in the worst economic time of our country.
So you dabbled.
I did.
Right?
I did.
Were you dabbling because you were kind of flaky, or because you were dissatisfied with various businesses, or because you wanted all of those experiences?
My gift is a creator. I look for the niche at the time in the marketplace, and I fill that niche.
Isn't this kind of a lousy time to be promoting small businesses?
It is the best time,
Tell
actually.
me why.
Well, as Americans, we face a challenge going forward, and that is our financial future is at stake. And the only way to capture that financial future is by owning and operating your small business. It's up to us. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, well, and there are people who are simply not cut out necessarily to be part of the corporate world and respond to the suits and the emails and the memos and so on.
That is correct.
But is everybody cut out to be a small businessman?
I believe small business requires 3 recipes to make that whole pot simmer to success. The gift is number 1. And I believe everyone is gifted at something. Secondly, if you hone that craft of that gift, become good at what you do, and then you find a way in which to serve others with that gift and that energy, you will have a successful small business. It's in everybody.
There's a huge number of people right now who are watching this, and they are all saying the same thing. You looked around for years until you found out what really turned you on. I have no idea. There are folks out there say, I don't want a boss. I don't want to have to answer. I don't want to go to HR. I don't want to have to go through all the paperwork and so on. I want to be my own boss. But I don't know what kind of small business to do.
Exactly. And it comes again to what you're good at. We all have an innate energy within us we have to discover. And I heard it best said once in 1984. I had the honor of having dinner with Lieutenant Colonel Dick Scobie. This was just before or after he returned from his first shuttle mission, and before, obviously, the ill-fated one in '86. But he defined it this way: when you find something that really interests you and you understand its consequences and it's in your heart, you ought to do it. It's that simple.
How do I find it?
It's in you. What are you good at? Effortlessly, you produce something that no one else can do as good as you.
You know those people I was just talking about,
yes, sir,
right, who are really paying attention? Right now, they're also saying, I don't have any idea. Maybe I'm not good at anything.
Okay. Well, the book will help them initiate that process.
What book is that?
This is the playbook for small businesses.
You mean this one?
Number 1 on Amazon this morning in the Kindle section in the country.
Can you imagine how big it's going to be after this appearance?
You know, I've heard this. I've got the people waiting outside just in case this should happen.
When you're a guy my size, you can only run small businesses.
Ditto.
This is the playbook for small businesses. Steve Henry. Is it available everywhere?
Yes.
Primarily on Amazon?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's basically an online media approach that we've taken. So yes.
Okay, I want everybody to start right now. Don't wait to go to the bookstore. You can go to the bookstore, figure out all the details. Start them out right now with step number 1.
Buy the book.
No, they aren't going to buy the book yet.
Oh, you're sure?
They're
You guarantee
No,
that?
they're going to buy the book this
Okay.
weekend.
Okay.
Will you pay attention,
I am,
Steve?
sir. Yes, sir.
They're not going to buy the book for a while. I want them to start making notes right now. First step in order to get out of that corporate world and start a small business. What do you do?
Let me give you some facts to think about.
Okay.
60% of America today lives paycheck to paycheck. That's up from 43% in 2007. We have a crisis at hand, ladies and gentlemen. It is up to you to take the initiative. With this book, and hopefully a radio show that's coming nationally on a syndicated basis,
Really?
which I will provide. I'm looking for a home in which to do that. I'm hoping Arizona is it. But I want to reach as many people as I can and assist as many people as I can with my time. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. My willed walk left on planet Earth is to help people start their own business, and I'm here to help.
Okay, if I have a small business, and if it's so small that I'm it, or maybe my wife and I do it, or I have a staff of a couple of people, who's going to give me advice? At least in a big corporation, I can go to somebody's door and say, you know what, I'm really stuck with this. Help me out.
Well, that's where I come in. I've already done it. There aren't many small business talk show hosts that actually have owned and operated a small business.
Mm-hmm.
I have. If I am given the opportunity, I will provide that impetus. My blog, my website, I Q&A, I respond.
I'll tell you, step number one then, it seems to me, is get on a television show and be sure to promote your upcoming radio program like Steve Henry has just done. The Playbook for Small Businesses, Amazon.com, and of course discriminating bookstores everywhere. Hey, best of everything to you. If it works, it can be an awful lot of fun. So is this. This is the McMahon Group.